Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I say that like I mean it. I know lately I haven't been giving you some of the good content that I normally do, but this day, this morning, this time, this energy, I found something that I know is worth your while. We're going to continue with our series that the choice is yours. And today I found a really good short story to go along with that. So, with that being said, we have two choices. Jerry was the kind of guy you love to hate. He was always in a good mood and always had something positive to say. When someone would ask him how was he doing, he would reply, "If I were any better, I would be twins." He was a unique manager because he had several waiters who always followed him around from restaurant to restaurant. The reason the waiters followed Jerry was because of his attitude. He was a natural motivator. If an employee was having a bad day, Jerry was there telling the employee how to look on the positive side of the situation. Seeing the style really made me curious, so one day I went up to Jerry and asked him, "I don't get it. You can't be a positive person all the time. How do you do it?" Jerry replied, "Each morning I wake up and say to myself, Jerry, you have two choices. You can choose to be in a good mood or you can choose to be in a bad mood. I choose to be in a good mood. Each time something bad happens, I can choose to be a victim or I can choose to learn from it. I can choose to learn from it better. Every time someone comes to me complaining, I can choose to accept their complaining or I can point out the positive side of life. I choose to point out the positive side of life." "Yeah, right. It's not that easy," I protested. "Yes, it is," Jerry said. "Life is all about choices. When you cut away all the junk, every situation is a choice. You choose how you react to situations. You choose how people will affect your mood. You choose to be in a good mood or a bad mood. The bottom line, it's your choice how to live your life." I reflected on what Jerry said. Soon thereafter, I left the restaurant industry to start my own business. We lost touch, but often I thought about him when I made a choice about life instead of reacting to it. Several years later, I heard that Jerry did something you're never supposed to do in the restaurant business. He left the back door open one morning and was held up at gunpoint by three armed robbers. While trying to open the safe, his hand, shaking from nervousness, slipped off the combination. The robbers panicked and shot him. Luckily, Jerry was found relatively quickly and rushed to the hospital to a local trauma center. After 18 hours of surgery and weeks of intensive care, Jerry was released from the hospital with fragments of the bullet still in his body. I saw Jerry about 6 months after the accident. When I asked him how he was, he replied, "If I were any better, I would be twins. Want to see my scars?" I declined to see his wounds, but I did ask him what he had gone through in his mind as the robbery took place. "The first thing that went through my mind was, I should have locked the back door," Jerry said. "Then as I lay on the floor, I remembered that I had two choices. I could choose to live or I could choose to die. I chose to live." "Weren't you scared? Didn't you lose conscience?" asked Jerry, he continued. "The paramedics were great. They kept telling me I was going to be fine. But when they wheeled me to the emergency room, I saw all the expressions on the faces of the doctors and nurses. I got really scared. In their eyes, I read, 'He's a dead man.' I knew I needed to take action." "What did you do?" I asked. Well, there was this big burly nurse shouting questions at me and said, "Jerry," she asked me if I was allergic to anything, and I said yes. The doctors and nurse stepped away working as they were waiting for my reply. I took a deep breath and I said, "Bullets." Over their laughter, I told them, "I'm choosing to live. Operate on me as if I am alive, not dead." Jerry lived thanks to the skill of his doctors, but all because of his amazing attitude. And I learned from him that day and every day we have a choice to live fully. Attitude, after all, is everything. It took me a while to find that story. I spent a while looking for it. I'm going to link in the description below so you can enjoy it for yourself. I think it's a very good story, and it falls along with our series, which is this week, The Choice is Yours. Today's snack is fruit of the forest strudel, and I had to cook it a little extra long to get it extra crispy. It is really delicious. I think it would go great with some ice cream, but I had it even better with some coffee. I broke it in half and just had some coffee. Oh, it's got a nice, rich, fruity filling in it. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. As Jerry would say, If I was any better, I would be twins. But I always will say, always be safe. As always, be blessed. And remember, all are welcome here. Thank you so much.